What's up, fellas? Mark Parson, cornerback pro, former NFL corner. Now I'm coaching you guys up. All right, so I'm working with one of our NFL guys, me and my boy Billy McMullen, and we're gonna go over punt return basics. All right, so a young fella right here was in training camp last year with the Giants, and now he's going to New Orleans Saints rookie minicamp. He can flat out fly, legit 4.22. So Billy was working with him. He plays receiver. He was working with him on receiver, receiver drills, catching series, and all that stuff. Working on technique. Doesn't have cleats on, so you're gonna see him slip a couple times because we're just catching punts. But definitely, you want to. This is something you need to rep. Okay, you need to rep out, catch as many punts as possible. At least after practice or before practice, catch like 20 balls, man. It's going to help you. Again, we talk about reps, and I want to show you the basics of before even like cradling the ball, because when you think catching punch, you're thinking, oh, cradle, but there's a couple things that come before that you need to do. So I'm going to share that with you right here. Make sure you guys email me cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Make sure you get all my programs, mind and body training program. I got the running program, so you can make sure you're in shape, and then one-on-one mastery for my DBs. So you can make sure you know how to cover man to man and ball out. All right, so punt return series is in there from BJ Hill, AFL Hall of Famer, and D1A athlete. All right, so check this out, DBs. You gotta look, and this actually goes for everybody, high school, college, and pro. And obviously in the professionals, you need to make the team, right? So any way that you possible that you can show value, add value to yourself, you know, possibly return a punt return and score in the preseason game. You got to take it, man. Anytime you get more reps on the practice field and in the game to show your worth, you got to take it. College football players, same thing. Especially the DBs, you got to return kicks, man. Punt returns. If you become a beast at this, man, it's gonna add to your stock. You got to constantly increase your stock, okay? Your value. And then high school guys, man, I tell y'all need to be playing. You don't need to come off the field, okay? You should be playing offense and defense and returning punts. Okay, so that's gonna help you. So let's go. I'm gonna show you a couple things and how we're working with my young fella here. So the first thing, okay, before we even get into how to cradle it, one thing my young fella was doing right here, he was backpedaling. All right, so let's say the ball was kicked too far back. Let's say maybe 20 yards over his head. What he was doing was he was backpedaling to get the ball. Like literally, like, you seeing it, you judging it, you're like, oh, it's a little bit too far back. And he started backpedaling to get it. Not like a DB backpedal, but just, walking backwards. That's a bad habit, okay? So we talked about it, and I showed him how to do it. And it's like in baseball, an outfielder, okay? An outfielder would literally turn and run. So that's what we started working on. So number one thing, see the ball punted off the foot. All right. And you want to get a jump on the ball. So if it's short over here, you need to get a jump on the ball, meaning get into a nice run. Like, you know what I mean? Over here, same thing. If it's back this way, you're gonna open up and run like you're an outfielder in baseball, and you got a pop fly, and you need to get over there. You're gonna turn and run at the correct angle. Same thing over here. Now let's say it's over your head, like just like we're talking about. What happens is it's hard to judge the ball moving backwards like that, and that's when you see guys catch the ball over their head, and that's you don't want to catch punts like that. Now you see some guys with really good hands, and they do that. That's not something you want to do every time, right? So you're literally gonna turn, open up, and run with your eyes on the ball, and you're judging it, and then you're gonna square up. So that's what we were working on right here. We're talking about squaring up each punt, getting to every single punt too. Okay, get to every single punt. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna let it roll. So right here, it wasn't too far back. But look, for the coach, I want to tell you guys, for the coach, this is what the coach is thinking. Field position, okay? Field position is key. So we got to get to every punt mindset. Now, sometimes you may not get to every punt, right? But that's the mindset. You need to get to every single punt. So like right here, I was saying, get to it, get to it. And he doesn't have cleats on, so he wasn't getting a good jump, and we got to pick the right angle. All right. So we're talking about squaring up, and then obviously when you're practicing, and I just told him, always get a burst, as if you're returning the kick. So just like everything else, we finished squared up. So a couple times he didn't square it up, you see. So we're just working on making sure we get to every ball, make sure we're not backpedaling. See, it's a habit he wanted to do every single time. I said, just like an outfielder. See that? Look, look. Now he just got squared up at the end. So that's how we work on it, man. We work on seeing the ball punted off his foot. All right. Then make sure we pick the correct angle to get to the ball. Making sure that we don't just start backpedaling if the ball's too if it is behind us. Right? We literally open up and run. So I'll show you, let me show you again. So this little short one, make sure we square it up. We want to create these good habits. Square it up. See, got to pick the right angle. We got to get a good jump. We got to see the ball punted off his foot, and then burst every time he catch it. And I'm gonna post another video talking about how to cradle, how to catch cradling the ball. Make sure your elbows are in, seeing the ball in before you take off and running. We're gonna go over that, but that's how I like to do it. Let's break it down first. Let's first focus on some of the other basics of getting to the ball, not backpedaling if the ball if it's too far, um, if it's behind us. Now, and I played baseball as a kid, so it came natural to me. Because I played outfield, I played shortstop. I understood it's like catching a pop fly, but that's how you want to do it. You just don't want to backpedal. You want to open up and run, and then square up you want to fight to square up every single punt. You want to get to every punt. So let's actually go back over that. We're talking about field position. Man, look, sometimes coaches would just literally just put a guy back there who he knows is going to catch the ball. When I got to college, if we let, and this is for you high school guys, college guys know this, pro guys know this. So high school, listen. If we let the ball touch the ground, man, the coach would be cussing us out. People like, yo, don't let the ball touch the ground, because what happens is the ball's just gonna roll and keep rolling. Guess what? That's great field position for the opposition. Okay, so the other team is like, yes. Now, obviously, depending on where you are on the field, you're not going to, which I messed up my freshman year in college. You're gonna have your heels on the 8, right? So if the ball's behind you, I'm talking about the 8-yard line, you're not gonna let that go because you rather have the touchback. Well, we were playing Kent State my freshman year, and I was trying to make a play, a stupid play. I go back and try to catch the ball on like the 2-yard line and muff it. So I drop it, and then uh I got a whole bunch of stories, man. I drop it. I'm like, oh shoot! I picked the ball up and then run backwards like 2 yards, and guess what? I didn't know where I was. Safety. I caused a safety in freshman year. I was like, man, that's the most stupid play ever. But hopefully you guys don't have to make that play because I made it before you. So you like, you know what, Coach Mark, he told me. So you definitely don't want to get to that ball. If it's behind you, you let that go. You run off and act like you're gonna catch it somewhere else, so that you slow up those guys from getting what do you call it? Getting the ball like on the 1 yard, touching down. But that's understandable. But everywhere else on the field, get to it, man, and catch it. If you need to fair catch it, cool. Um, but that's gonna help your team out. Field position is key. The percentage, like, okay, so let's say you get a touchback and your offense has to start on their 20-yard line, right? On the 20-yard line. Well, the percentage, there's a certain percentage because look, we used to go over this, especially in NFL statistics, every practice, every meeting. I mean, they'd be like, all right, the percentage if we catch a punt and it's on the 40-yard line, right? Let's say just a fair catch. The percentage of the offense scoring on that drive goes up rather than it being on the 20-yard line. You understand? So, it's a game of inches, man. And punt return, if you average 10 yards a punt return, you're gonna be one of the top punt returners in the league. Um, and if if you get to every punt, let's say you just got to every punt and fair caught it, man, that's gonna help your team out a lot. So that's the mindset. You need to get to every single punt. You need to make sure that you see the ball punted off his foot. You need to get as many reps and punts as possible. We'll talk about cradling and how to catch it, exactly in another video. But you definitely don't want to just start backing up. You want to open up, square up. Okay, you want to open up, run if it's really deep, open up and run. Then get underneath of it and square up. And then we'll talk about how to get your elbows in, and then burst every single one. Burst like you're gonna return. Get you about 20 every day. In practice, maybe before practice. We should do it before practice. Then get some after practice, and you'll get better. You wanna. It's gonna. The more you do, your confidence is gonna go up. You know. But this is gonna add value to you guys, man. Return kicks, dude. Return punts. Like the first, you shouldn't get to training camp and be like, that's the first punt you caught all summer. You should be catching punts all summer. You can throw the ball up to yourself and work on cradling and getting your elbows in and seeing the ball in every time and then bursting. You can throw the ball up to yourself. All right, but obviously if you got a punter, great. Get somebody to punt the ball to you. Um, and then make sure you use the right technique, pick the right angles to get to the ball, but get to every single punt and then see it in every time. My last story for this video is this. We were playing Ohio State. So I returned punts for us when I was in college at Ohio University, okay? And we were playing Ohio State, man. We were dogging them, man. Like, yo, we were winning up into the third quarter. Like, we were beating Ohio State. I hated Ohio State. It was just like I felt like little brother. And I was, they got all the pubs. So I was like, man, it's an opportunity to take it from them, man. And we were winning. We're beating them up into the third quarter, and I'm excited. I'm like, okay, I'm returning kicks. And the first two punts, I had to, call fair catch. And I remember that's funny because Malcolm Jenkins and Kurt Coleman, I think they were gunners. And I think he was talking trash. That's funny. He probably don't remember that. But we were about to, they punt the ball to us, and I literally I see all green. So I get underneath of it. I see all green, right? I'm like, yo, this is my chance, man. And what happens is I got underneath of it, but I didn't square it up. Number one, I didn't square the ball up. So it was like on the side of me. You ever catch a punt, it's on it to the side? I'm going to see if I can show my young fella right here. Not even like that. Let me see if I find it. Let's see. Yeah, like right there. You see how he's catching it to the side of him? Man, you want to square that joker up, right? So so number one, I didn't square it up like I was supposed to. And then, man, I took my eye off it because I was like, yo, there's grass right there. There's green. My guys blocked really well. And when I took my eye off the ball, I didn't see the ball all the way into my cradle. I didn't have my elbows in it. I didn't square up the ball. Man, that thing just came right through. I muffed the punt. And I was like, oh, no. And you hear you can hear the whole crowd go crazy, right? So the ball, there's a picture of it on the internet, right? So the ball is rolling out of bounds, though, because I was near out of bounds. And the ball is rolling, and I'm on the ground because the gunner got there. I think Sean Lane. So the gunner kind of knocked me over, and I'm watching it roll, and then it stops right before it goes out of bounds, and then he dives on it and gets, and then they end up that momentum, man. They ended up coming back and returning a couple punts and winning the game, man. But and that shook my confidence, and I ain't want to return no more. And the coach was like, "Nah, you gonna get back out there and return it." So look, my point is, yo, never lose your confidence, man. Get out there, get as many reps as possible, use the right technique, and believe in yourself every single time. The more confidence you have, well, the more reps you get, the more confidence you have, and then obviously doing the right things, the right techniques and strategies. All right. So I just want to shoot this video some punt return basics for you guys. Improve every single day. Hit me up if you have any questions at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. If you high school guys want to get recruited, definitely go to collegefootball.io. All right, peace.